Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to try and untangle the super dense, decade-long story behind one of the biggest horror franchises in gaming.
All right, so let's just dive right into the central mystery of the whole Five Nights at Freddy's saga. How in the world does a fun kids' pizza place become the backdrop for a 30-year horror story filled with ghosts, murder, and killer machines?
Well, our story doesn't start with a ghost, believe it or not. It actually begins with a partnership, with two men whose shared ambition would eventually create a legacy of pure tragedy.
So let's meet the two guys at the center of it all, William Afton and Henry Emily. Together, they founded Fredbear's Family Diner, a place that was supposed to be filled with childhood wonder, but, well, it soon became the setting for unimaginable horror. William was the brains behind the curtain, a brilliant engineer who made the animatronics work. Henry, on the other hand, was the creator, the heart and soul of the whole operation. It seemed like a perfect partnership, at first.
That dream of theirs soured really fast. A series of absolutely horrific events shattered both the Afton and Emily families.
The tragedy really kicks off in 1983, and it all unfolds with shocking speed. It starts when William murders Henry's daughter, Charlie, right outside the diner they built together. This single act of what seems to be jealousy is what really sets everything in motion. But the darkness didn't stop there. Soon after, William's own family started to fall apart, with two of his children dying in horrible accidents involving the very animatronics he created.
Consumed by his grief, or maybe just his jealousy, William Afton then committed the crime that would come to define the entire franchise.
This is what fans call the missing children's incident, and it's the real catalyst for all the hauntings that follow. Afton, disguised in one of those friendly mascot suits, used that trust to do something unspeakable. He lured 5 kids into a back room, murdered them, and then hid their bodies inside the animatronics. He literally doomed their souls to a prison of metal and wires.
And this is the most crucial part to understand. The animatronics aren't just malfunctioning robots. No way. They are vessels for the vengeful ghosts of murdered kids. The intense agony of their deaths caused their souls to literally imprint onto the metal, binding them to the robots and fueling this unending rage.
Okay, so let's move on and see how this one horrific act of evil created a cycle of haunting and revenge that would last for decades.
For years, the story unfolds through the eyes of various night guards. But here's the twist. It's pretty much all the same person. Michael Afton, William's only surviving son. He's intentionally taking these incredibly dangerous jobs. He's not there for the money. He's on a decades-long mission to find his father, who's become the monster Springtrap, and dismantle his horrific legacy. He's trying to free the spirits his dad trapped all those years ago.
And what's so fascinating here is that the hero of the story is the villain's own son. Michael is desperately trying to clean up the absolute mess his father made. But it's more than that. It's a deeply personal journey of atonement. Him putting himself in danger over and over again to try and end the nightmare his own family began.
After decades in hiding, the other founder, Henry Emily, returns with one last, desperate plan to end it all. He builds a brand new Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. But it's not a place of joy. No, this one's an elaborate trap, a whole labyrinth designed to lure every last one of the remaining haunted animatronics to a single location. He's gathering all the ghosts for one final fiery goodbye. And this quote just brilliantly captures Henry's final message to his old partner, William Afton, as he burns the entire place to the ground. This whole act was designed to free all the souls, including his own daughters, and to finally send William to his damnation. This fire, it was meant to be the end, the final curtain after decades of suffering. But it really leaves you with a haunting question. When a story is built on this much tragedy, can the nightmare ever truly end? Because in the world of Five Nights at Freddy's, evil has a real habit of finding a way back. After all, William Afton's most famous line was a promise: "I always come back."